The 2024 Global Korea Scholarship, also referred to as the GKSG, because it is a graduate degree program for the year 2024, has been launched to study in South Korea. It is the biggest scholarship applications sponsored by the South Korean government based on the number of students that are usually accepted to study in South Korea for a single academic year. And here are the scholarship benefits. They would provide you with an airfare, which is an economic class airfare for all GKS scholars who will succeed in the application. They would pay the tuition fee for all GKS scholars, and the amount is assumed to be at least 5 million Korean for a single semester. They would equally provide you with language training, which will stand at 5.2 million won in 4 quarters. It is important to note that Korean language is usually done 4 times in a single year. That is why they've said 4 quarters. There are other study incentives for all GKS scholars. For those who would be studying Korean language first, a total of 14,100,000 won will be spent for language scholars for those who would first study Korean language, and that money is expected to go into your settlement allowance. That is to help you settle the first time you get into South Korea. Part of that money will go for your monthly allowance. Some of it would go for you to register for topic exams, and then also for your health insurance. And then there is a total of 15,700,000 Korean won for a single year that has been reserved also for settlement allowance, monthly allowance, and then research allowance, degree completion grants, medical insurance, and publication printing fee. And then for those who would be doing research, a total of 19,800,000 Korean won has been reserved also for a total of all of these study incentives. So it is very important to note that the money is readily available. Now what you need to do is make sure you succeed in your application. For those who would be doing a master's degree program, it is important to note that you would have to study Korean language for 1 year and then transition into a 2-year degree program. And then for those who would be doing a doctoral program, it's a total of 4 years, which means you will spend 1 year in learning Korean language and then do another 3-year PhD program. And then for those who would be applying for research, it will be either a 6-month or a 1-year research program depending on the university. And then there is another program that is called Global Network Program within 2 years. We will get into the details of all of that in the next video. So if you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And also there are other GKS videos on the channel. For example, there is this one which talks about the requirements, and then there's another video on what you have to start doing so that you succeed in your application. There is another video on documents that need to be apostille or consular authenticated for the Global Korea Scholarship to study in South Korea. There is a video on how to find your majors, and then how to apply for university or embassy track, and then there's a video on how to fill out the application form and the checklist. So if you want to fill out the application form, there is a video where I talked about how to fill it up. We will equally make another video on how to fill up the 2024 Global Korea Scholarship or GKSG application form. And then there are things that you must take into account when preparing for the Global Korea Scholarship, and also most importantly how to get a good letter of recommendation. It is important that you go through these videos if you really want to succeed in your application for this 2024 Global Korea Scholarship application to study in South Korea. It is important to note that in this year 2024, the Korean government aims to invite 2,200 international students for the 2024 Global Korea Scholarship Program for graduate degree. And it is important to note that there are 2 application routes. The first one is the Korean Embassy, where you would have to apply through the embassy of your home country. You have to submit your documents directly to your home embassy. And then there is also the university track, where you would apply directly to the university in South Korea. But it is important to know that every university has their own submission deadline, which means you would have to go into the different university website and look at their different application deadlines so that you did not miss out on the application deadlines. There is also these significant changes for the year 2024. It is important to note them. They say starting from the year 2024, the Global Korea Scholarship graduate applicants who are expected to graduate by July 31st, 2024 can also apply for the program with a certificate of expected graduation. Such applicants must submit their official graduation certificate or diploma and final academic transcript to the the Global Korea Scholarship Center, that is NIIED, by July 31st, 2024. Failure to do so will result in cancellation of your acceptance. If it happens that you succeed in the application but you're not able to provide your graduation certificate by the 31st of July, they might cancel your application if you succeed in the selection process. Now, it is important to note, like I said, that there are two tracks. The first one is the embassy track and the other one is the university track, and there are quotas. So if you are applying through the general route, you have 737. There is international relation track, there is overseas Korean, there is the subtotal here. And then if you are applying through university track, it has been divided also into general, recommendation route by local government, international relations, and then there is research and development, 300 applicants, and then there's research, 15 applicants, and then there is global network, 80. A total of 1,400 students for university track and a total of 800 applicants for embassy track. If you combine it, the total is 2,200 applicants. I would do another video on this application guideline. If you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, because there is a lot of changes that have been made into this Global Korea Scholarship to study in South Korea in 2024. You don't want to miss out on the next video on the application guideline. If not, you might make mistakes that might cost you the scholarship. It is important to note that there are two types of university. There is type A that has 33 institutions, and then there is type B that has 40 institutions. There are rules that you must follow to choose from type A or type B, which is why you should make sure you watch the next video that will come up on the channel. And then another very important thing is the embassy track quotas. It is important to note that for general, they will select 737 students from 147 countries. These are the number of countries, these are the countries, and these are the quotas. So for people from Afghanistan, they will select 4 students. Fortunately for those coming from Nigeria, this time around they've increased the number. They will select 7 students. So you must make sure your country is on this list. If you are applying for embassy track, make sure your country is on the list of embassy track. If your name is not on this embassy track, then you might want to apply through another track. It's very important. There is also the university track. It has been divided into general, and then there is recommendation from local government. You must make sure your country is on this list before you apply for university track. So for example, you have countries like Cameroon. For general, they will select 3 students, and then recommendation from local government, they will select 11 students. You must make sure you read this document well, because it has been said here, RGKS preferences, recommendation from local government and universities participating in RISE project, education specialization zone project. So you must make sure you know the type of track that you're applying for, and make sure your country is on the list of the different track when applying. For example, there is Cameroon here. Let's take the example of Cameroon. Cameroon is not available on the list of embassy track, so Cameroonians cannot apply for embassy track. They can only apply through the university track. So make sure when applying, your country is available on the track that you will select. There is Nigeria. For those coming from Nigeria, here you have general, they will select 5, and then recommendation from local government, they will select 6, a total of 11. So make sure you go through the application guideline and apply to the track that is applicable to you. That being said, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch out for the next video, because I would go through this application guideline in details. Without taking too much of your time, I will end the video here. This is a great opportunity for you to study in this beautiful country of South Korea. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.